Hey, this is Andy with heatdumping.com. I just wanted to show you something that I did with the AVA anti-fatigue charge bar today. This is me filling it up. I turned on my kitchen faucet, turned on the cold water, and filled up the AVA charge bar. Here I am checking out the temperature. The cold water out of my kitchen faucet is 72 degrees, which is pretty shocking, especially when the recommendation from AVA is to use 45 to 60 degree water. So I'm going to try to find a way of getting the lowest level of temperature into the bar. So here I am again reconfirming the temperature of the water. It is 72 degrees. So I'm going to have to try to cool that down a little bit. So I'm going to put some ice cubes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and I think there's one more, 10. So I'm going to mix that up just to get the temperature all evened out in there. I'll go ahead and stick my thermopen, check out how cold the water gets, and it looks like we might be able to squeeze out about 55 degrees there. Just to let you know also, the temperature in the kitchen is about 72 degrees. There's 3 more, 4 more, and 5 more ice cubes. That is 15 total ice cubes. Again, mixing the water up. Agitated it in there just a little bit, make sure all the water is same temperature throughout, and it looks like we might be able to sneak out 45. There we go, 45 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pull all the ice cubes out. I just want the 45 degree water, actually, since that is the recommendation. Let's check it, make sure it gets to 45. There it is, 45. And I'm going to pour that into the charge bar. Typically we'll tell people, and I'll start the alarm clock there. So we've got that going. We'll put the cap back on, and we'll head outside. I want to see today how well or how long the charge bar can hold temperature just at rest, not adding any heat load or anything. Here I am trying to grab everything and get out the door. I'm going to forget something, so I'm going to have to go back, pick something up. Great view. Sorry about that. There's been a lot of interest in palm cooling, but there's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot to learn about how to actually do it properly. And so one of the things is making sure that it's not too cold, but then also making sure that it's cold enough. And so the general recommendation is to try to use water that is between about 50 and 60 degrees. Optimally, it's going to be somewhere in like the 54 degree range. But a lot of athletes will try to use this for thermal comfort or for to delay fatigue on hot days. And so I just want to see, I don't know what kind of material this insulator is. I don't know how good of a job it does. So I'm just testing it out. So we came outside into my backyard at about the little shy of the 1 minute mark. You see we're at about a minute and a half, and now I kind of want to show you what the ambient temperature is. This is the thermopen, fairly accurate to I believe 0.7 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just trying to get a read of the air temperature. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fold this so you can see where the needle is. It measures the temperature at the very tip. So whatever the temperature is at the tip of the little pointer there is what the temperature is reading. And I think that by the time this is over, we'll probably get it somewhere right around 83 degrees. So since the moment that we poured in the water, it's been 2 minutes and about 30 seconds. The other interesting thing that I've come to realize about the AVA charge bar is that it has this nice feature of having the thermometer on the top that tells the water. And I'm going to pause here for a second and give you guys a a view of the actual screen, because over the course of filming this, I realized that there's either a glare or it's too blurry. So this is the actual picture of the dial. It starts at 25 and it goes, the major marks are the fives. So 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, etc. And this is something that we're just going to pay attention to as we're looking at this video, comparing it to the surface of the bar itself. So the temperature of the water that's shown on the thermometer versus the temperature that we get using the thermopen on the surface of the bar, where your hands are going to be holding, and that's actually the most important part. So here we go. We'll go ahead and take our first measurement outside. I've got the thermopen pressed up against the side of the bar, and here we go. It looks like it's still going down. Still going down. I just want to try to find a temperature that stabilizes, and then from there I kind of like slide it up and down and see if I can find something that can actually lower it at all. It looks like we're somewhere in the 57, 58 degree range. Every once in a while you'll see me grab onto the sides of it. Those are the rubber caps, so I'm not trying to put any heat into it using my own palms. I'm just using the rubber caps on the sides, and I'm shaking it up again just to agitate the water a little bit, make sure that there's good uniformity in terms of temperature of the water inside. I don't want the water to just sit there and become stale in certain areas. So I know a lot of time it's right now August, and football is starting, and there's high school, college, NFL. There's training camps, preseason. We're coming up on about 4.5 minutes here. I know that softball players have used this. We're sitting right now in the backyard in the shade. Again, let's do a temperature check. Looks like we're still somewhere in like the mid 80s. Looks like we're going to be somewhere 84, 85 degree range. If we are going to be using this for palm cooling, and we're going to be wanting to use it outside, we need to make sure that it's actually doing what it says it's doing, and it needs to be able to hold temperature. The really tough thing about this whole thing is that products, the reason why there aren't a ton of products on the market is that it's really hard to hold temperature. And especially when the ambient temperature is a little bit elevated. And this, low to mid 80s is not anything, doesn't hold a candle compared to some of the temperatures we've been having in the summertime recently here across the country. So this is a rather mild test, I would say, but it is a test nonetheless. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Again, if you kind of pause and look at it, that's kind of going to be about 55 degrees, I'd say, off the cap. So we'll go ahead and measure this on the thermopen on the side of the bar. And again, we'll put the tip on there and see how far down it goes. Again, I'm just trying to find a spot that gives me the coldest reading here to the tip of the pen. Looks like we'll get down 66, 64, I saw. It looks like we're going to be somewhere in the 64, 65 range is the best we're going to do. And so if you look at this, we're not that far into it. Let's see, we're about 6.5, not even quite 6.5 minutes in. Remember, it wasn't just water out of the tap that we put in. We actually had to add 15 ice cubes to get the water down. We thought it was 45 degrees, but remember the thermometer, it seems like that's measuring the water inside the bar is showing about a 10 degree difference between what the temperature is inside the bar versus what is the temperature of the surface of the bar. Remember, the surface of the bar where your palms are going to be coming in contact with this is going to be the most important thing. And we're doing this in the shade. And if we take this out on a hot day, and we are trying to decrease someone's heat load, trying to make them more comfortable, they're going to be offloading a ton of heat as well. So, I mean, this is bare minimum that we're doing. We're just seeing what it does at rest in the shade on a moderately warm, hot day. So just imagine what the temperature would be doing if we're actually adding load to it. So here we are, about the 7.5 minute mark. Let's go ahead and do one more confirmatory measurement. We'll go ahead and shake the bar up a little bit. We're kind of beyond the temperature that we think is going to be helpful. Remember, that's going to be about 50 to 60 degrees. It looks like it's a tad over that 55 mark. So I'm going to say it's about 56 degrees is what the interior temperature seems like it's showing. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at this here. So, I mean, my point doing this is just letting people know that you kind of have to, if you're going to take advantage of the benefits of polymer cooling or heat dumping, you have to make sure that you're using the right device for the right situation. And looks like this is getting down to about 67, 68 degrees. So just making sure that you choose the right device and that it's actually doing what you think it's supposed to be doing.